Hi, Collective. I am Ancient, and I have a non love message that I'm being compelled to speak on by the universe. There's a lot happening right now, especially in the realm of celebrities. I'm not one to get caught up in trends or media because I'm an independent thinker. Um, but sometimes it's hard, right? To not, click on your phone and you see posts about this going viral, this person going viral, trending, whatever. I'm going to speak on this though, because I have to, as a healer, I have to speak on this. I don't care if you like it, don't like it. I am the Queen of Swords that comes with the territory of embodying all the elements, which is that sword, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. What I need to speak on is I'm not going to say the celebrity's name. We all know who the celebrity is. I mean, there's multiple celebrities, but the main one that is going through physical judgment in the 3D, but will also experience, no matter what happens in the 3D, this person's judgment in the hereafter is going to be something that none of you could ever imagine. Okay. There's nothing a judge, a jury could do to this particular person that is going to even touch what the spiritual judgment, the karma, the debt that will follow this person for generations, even when they cross over and close their eyes, their children, their children's children, there is karmic debt that's going to be paid. But the point I want to get to is this is scary that you have fans and people who enable these powerful celebrities who have money and influence, where you have people that are on social media that will literally ignore heinous crimes because of popularity. It's scary, scary, scary. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to break down the few reasons. One, on an individualistic spectrum is scary. Two, the collective consciousness. And three, your ancestors when you cross over your bloodlines, so on and so forth. So, one, individualistically, when you have millions of people who are your fans who enable your behavior, whereas if you had no money, no power, no influence, there would be more condemnation on you. People would actually stone you, so to speak. I would say that figuratively. You wouldn't get away with these heinous crimes, or not so much get away with it. People wouldn't turn a blind eye if you were just a normal person. You would be ostracized, condemned. But being in a position of power, like these celebrities, they are drunk and intoxicated by the stardomhood, the ability to influence the minds, the social programming, the conditioning of millions of people who have put these people on such a high pedestal where they've idolized them and made them as gods. This is a dangerous territory that these celebrities have allowed themselves to be placed upon. When you put yourself, and some people say, well, no, it's people putting them there. No, this particular individual has put themselves in a position where they have programmed those around them to look to them as a god. Collectively, this is dangerous because we are all interconnected. I've said that so many times. The collective consciousness, what one person does to one, it does to many. It creates and breeds a territory of negative influence. It creates monsters. It creates trauma. It creates an attitude that I can do exactly what this celebrity has done when I get famous and do the same trashiness and destroy people's lives and exploit others who have their own issues. The people that were exploited by this particular individual also need healing. Think about it. Because, yeah, you could say, well, it's free will. You could say, they didn't have to do this. They didn't have to consent. It was consensual. Yeah, but it's still exploitation in the fact of the matter where it's like these people are unhealed, right? I talk about this all the time. And this individual knows that these people can be exploited, misused, and abused. Just because you can do it doesn't mean that you should. That's like, for example, the gift that I have been bestowed from my ancestors. The gift that I have is an ancestral thing. This is not a secret in my family. And I've said that before. I don't use this gift to exploit the masses. But if I did, I would be a dangerous person in a sense of I could use it to manipulate for my own benefit in the 3D. But then I would be condemned spiritually. Does that make sense? So, yeah, this person has the finances, the power, the influence to exploit people. So, therefore, they are in the position of authority and power. And therefore, they will be held accountable, whether the person gets locked up or not. Now, number 3, I said 1, individual; 2, the collective consciousness; and 3, your ancestral lineage. This person's ancestors are turning over in their grave, because this is the thing. Whether or not you have criminality in your bloodline, when the person goes to prison or they cross over and they're in the hereafter, they see and know everything. So if this person has criminals in their bloodline, what they try to do is connect with you in the 3D so that you can clean up the bloodline, meaning you get a chance to right the wrongs of your ancestors. So this person was given the opportunity and the chance to right the wrong for their ancestors, but chose to go against it and added additional karmic charges. It goes deep. Additional karmic charges to this celebrity's bloodline, aka generational curses. And because this person has exploited and has also recruited millions of people to feel that this behavior is acceptable, to lose their common sense, their sense of humility. Not only is this person going to suffer in the hereafter, their children will suffer, their children's children will suffer, because this person has now influenced millions of people to believe that this behavior is acceptable. Because as I stated, it is a collective consciousness. And what one person does, it negatively impacts and influences every single person. How does that happen? Is because this person is on social media. This person has influence. There's children watching this person. There's children aspiring to become these moguls and these powerful celebrities. And so, therefore, you have an obligation, a moral responsibility to choose right or wrong. And then you have some people say, well, no, there's no such thing or right or wrong. It's just life. No, 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 no. No. There is a such thing as right or wrong. You see somebody crossing the street, it would be wrong to just run over them. So you can't say there's no such thing as right or wrong. You have a moral obligation to hit the brake on your car. So there is a such thing as right or wrong. That's an unspoken fact and commandment. You're not going to just take the life of someone just because you feel like it. That's why laws are set in place. That's why prisons exist for those who go against laws to create the collective balance. For those who choose to rebel and exploit innocent people who are over the age of 18. You could still be considered ignorant and innocent over the age of 18. So to say that, the point I'm making is to say that, well, it's still their free will. Everyone is raised differently. So the expectation of knowledge and understanding is going to be different based off of your experiences, how you were raised, your ethnicity, your traditional values. You may not know you're getting caught up. You may not even know the person you're dealing with is a manipulator, is a narcissist, is an abuser. Most people that are in abusive relationships, they don't even know it's abuse until they're in the relationship and they're in deep. That's when they realize that they're being abused, whether it's emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. 9 times out of 10, the person doesn't know until they're caught up emotionally. Then it's hard to break. Because if you don't know the signs, you don't know. So this individual that has caused so much pain through the exploitations of the innocent by the use of money and power and influence. Doesn't matter what the judge or the jury say. It doesn't matter. That's what y'all got to understand. Because in the hereafter, that's the real judgment. The karmic judge, spiritual court, spiritual prison. You can't run from that. You can't hide. Everyone will meet death. And once that person crosses over, they can't protect the karma that will be embedded in their bloodline, that unfortunately their innocent children are going to reap what the patriarch has sown. The head of the family unit has chosen the outcome. in the demise of their own bloodline and was given the opportunity to do something different, was given the opportunity through money, resources, power, and influence to show up different. And this person chose a different path. This individual was in the Two of Wands. And so, no matter what social media says, the public opinion, poor man or the rich man, karma comes for everyone. And so it is written, and so it is done.